welcome to Blooming Well. My name's Fiona. Today I'm going to show you how to make a wind chime with things that you've got around at home. Okay, now a wind chime is a really lovely thing because it looks pretty and it also makes this lovely noise as things knock together in the wind. Now you can make this to hang out in your garden or on a balcony or up against a window, or you can give it to somebody as a gift, which would be lovely. So there's a few things you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need a stick. So there might be a stick, so you can find that from somewhere. Okay, then you're going to need some string or some wool. Okay, or you can use both as I've done. And the main thing you're going to need is bits and pieces to use for hanging up. So this is the time to go on a treasure hunt. And don't forget, you always need to ask a grown-up whether or not you can use it. So I've got some bits and pieces here from Christmas crackers, left over from Christmas crackers. Okay, and they all cling together really nicely. I've got some keys. Now be very careful with the keys. Make sure that you are allowed to be using them. And then what I've done is I've got some jam jar lids. And these are really nice because you can decorate them brilliantly. So first of all, you need to ask a grown-up to put a hole in it just with a hammer and nail and bash it through. It should be quite simple. Then you can decorate it. Now I've got some assorted buttons. If you've got some beads, or you can paint it or do any sort of decoration, maybe some pebbles or shells, anything like that. Okay, and glue. You'll need some glue to glue those on with. Okay, now if this is going to be outside, decorating it, you need to be aware that it might get wet. So you might be lucky and there's some gloss paint at home. Okay, if you haven't got gloss paint, again, you'd need to ask, but I've used nail polish. Okay, so that works really quite nicely. So I've painted the back of this jam jar lid with some nail polish. I've also used it to paint a pattern on this key. Okay, so then I've glued some beads on like this. This other lid, what I've done is I've cut out a little picture and glued it into the inside and then painted it over with just some clear nail varnish, so that's sealing it, so hopefully it won't get too wet. You can decorate your other bits and pieces as well. I've wrapped some coloured wool around this key. So once you've got all your bits and pieces assembled and ready to go, then what you need to do is thread some string through the holes. Okay, like the keys luckily come with that, so that's quite handy. And then hang them on the stick. So you just really tie them on with a good knot. And then you'll also need to tie on a good handle as well to hang that from wherever you're going to be doing. Make sure you've got some good knots there. Okay, so this is almost finished. I've just got 2 or 3 other bits to put on. So I'm going to put this, this is I think it's a key ring or something that came out of a Christmas cracker. So I'm just wrapping the wool around the stick a few times and then tying a good knot on that. So that should work really nicely. Now the great thing about this is it's kind of to use your imagination, looking for things that you've got around at home. So everyone's is going to be different depending on what you find at home, which is really exciting. And this last one, I'm just looping the wool through this collection of Christmas cracker things. So, you know, you get those little puzzles, things like that. So that makes a really nice dangly noise, doesn't it? So I'm looping that through again. And then I'm going to put that on, and that will be my last thing. And as you say, see and hear, just to be really careful that the stuff is touching each other, so that it is going to knock against each other and make that lovely wind chime sound, which is what you're looking for. Okay, and then where's my scissors? Oh dear. Well, when I find my scissors, I'll cut off those extra bits of wool. But in the meantime, I think that's really lovely. And when it stops raining, I shall go and hang this off a tree. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoy making it. And we'd love it if you sent in pictures of the wind chimes that you've made. Thank you. Bye-bye.